Hello and welcome. The Steve Jobs Apple is long dead. That's right. The Apple that Steve Jobs created, that company is long gone. The normal Apple now, the modern Apple company, is not the same company at all. It's not run like the same company would with innovation and products, new cutting edge products and innovation at the height of it, customer products that are breaking ground. Now, with Tim Cook at the helm, he's more like a salesman, a play it safe guy, and that isn't what you need for a big company moving forward. It looks like to me that Apple will just disintegrate over the years and fall backwards. That's not the way to run a company. If you want to be the best of the best, you have to take risks. You have to focus on what the customer wants. And some of those products will fail. But what is Apple? Apple is a cutting edge, innovative technology company. That's what it was under Steve Jobs. No, it isn't that. All it is under Tim Cook is a hardware company selling phones and milking their customers. That's basically what it is. Innovation, new products, and cutting edge technology isn't their thing. They dropped the Apple car, which, if they went into that, could have served them a more interesting future, more innovative. But there's been very little innovation. There's been a headset that has been a failure, and Tim Cook has put in a lot of money back to dividends and shareholders, which ultimately doesn't go into research and development. If a company wants to sustain its competitive advantage, it needs to spend a lot on R&D, and that is what Steve Jobs knew. He knew that you have to keep spending and innovating to keep the company growing, and growing the share price will follow, and that is exactly what happened. Now, under Steve Jobs, the company is no longer the same. I mean, under Tim Cook, sorry, the company is no longer the same as Steve Jobs, of course. So that company's long dead. So people thinking that Apple will come up with these new products and be great in AI is missing a trick here. They're missing a trick because they don't see the person at the helm of Apple. Tim Cook is not Steve Jobs. That is what is you can see. He's not Steve Jobs, and therefore they will not be innovating the same as Steve Jobs done. It's quite clear today that Apple is not the same company. People are expecting Apple to have this AI product, this wonderful AI and new technology. That's not happening, and you can clearly see that in their products and the future sales and growth. It's not going to be there. Therefore, Apple is not a buy for me. And I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe and comment. I'll see you in the next video.